All right, Mr. Abuh, if you can hear me, the APC cleared virtually all the seats in the just concluded council elections. I mean, as a member of the party and, the chairman of the Progressives Forum, are you surprised? Was this expected? Because some Nigerians are asking, I mean, in terms of the strategy and even questioning the process. Do you think your party deserved it?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say congratulations to all the candidates of the APC that won the area council elections. To your question about if I think my party deserves it, it's clear APC is a well-structured party. We have been in opposition. We're now in government, in power, and we know how it works in both ways. Now, the elections, a lot went into it. Of course, I can't help but to also say a big thank you to the FCT minister who basically coordinated most of the things that happened during the elections. As you know, the FCT minister is not a member of the APC. He's a full member of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. But they've been having issues. He decided to, form forces with the APC and asked the PDP members, who are a lot in their numbers, to support the candidates of the APC. I think with that kind of alliance, it's very clear that for APC to have coasted to victory the way it did over the weekend, I mean, it was just clear to the blind and for everybody to see. I think that's basically what happened. So okay. Yes, I'm proud.
Mr. Abuh, I'll take you on your appreciation. You made mention of the FCT minister and you said he was pivotal in coordinating things. I would like you to be very specific because prior to that election, he made a statement. He said, I have a duty to support any candidate who supports President Tinubu to win, right? And you said he's not even a member of your party, even though he holds a pivotal position within the president's cabinet. Many felt that that statement or his involvement was pretty much intimidating, and that in a way affected the process. How do you react to people with such an opinion?
So without trying to reduce this conversation to the FCT minister, I think one thing is clear. The fact remains that the FCT minister has been a very strong supporter of the president, and he has supported not just the APC in the FCT, even in Rivers State, where he comes from. There were by-elections over the weekend as well, and the candidate of the APC won the election. So when we talk about his presence and the intimidation, I don't know from what angle, because I don't think there was any report that said that any other political party that went into that election on Saturday were intimidated by anybody. Okay, so for me, elections are basically about strategy and how you can, put your structure together to be able to deliver on what you want to deliver on in terms of winning, which was pretty much what the APC did. I mean, everybody have the right to vote for whoever they want to vote for, campaign for whoever they want to campaign for. And the FCT minister pretty much have not hidden his support for Mr. President and, moving it further to the support of the APC as a party. Okay, so I don't think that there should be any issues. If there is anything, APC shouldn't be held responsible for the FCT minister who is a member of the PDP supporting the APC. I think if for anything, APC is playing the right politics, we are bringing everybody into our fold, regardless of whether you are a member or not. What is more paramount for us is how to win any election that we are going into, whether now, by election, or in 2027. I think that is, for us, that is what is the primary, purpose for us as it stands.
All right.
Okay? And if the FCT minister is going to help us to win any election, why not? We by all means welcome and, want him to do that for us.
Irrespective of the strategy.
Well, strategy is in different folds. For now, I don't know what the FCT minister has done other than the fact that he went around campaigning for the candidates of the APC, and we saw him on TV saying that the PDP members should vote for the candidate of the APC, okay? Now, is it for me to speak on the fact that an opposition is campaigning for my party? I don't think, if there is anything, it just goes to show that our politics is going dynamic, okay? And if the FCT minister have seen a reason to support the APC as a political party, I mean, for us, we are happy, and we want to see more people support the APC.
Now, there were concerns, because we also had this conversation yesterday where we had members of the opposition party who sort of spoke on their reservations during the elections. I mean, for you, I know you're a member of the ruling party, but how would you rate the performance of the umpire, INEC, in this election?
Well, I don't think my rating the performance of INEC is going to determine anything. But if I must do that, I think for me, before I say anything about INEC, I first of all need to say that was the election peaceful? Yes, it was. Are elections in any part of the world 100% going to go smooth? Absolutely no. Now, of course, we know that there will be skirmishes here and there, you know, but elections have come and gone. People have won and people have lost. All that needs to follow after that is for people to take their grievances to the court, okay? So I am not here to speak about how INEC performed or did not perform. As far as I am concerned, if you have evidence of what would have gone wrong in the course of the election, just go to the election tribunal and, you know, take it to the courts where cases are listened to when it comes to election matters.
All right, thank you very much. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, the conversation continues. Stay with us, we'll be right back. You're still watching Politics HQ on News Central Television, and of course, we're looking at reactions and the fallout of the council elections that happened in the FCT over the weekend. Now, joining the conversation is Dr. Barry Avotu Johnson. He's the National Deputy Youth Leader South of the Labour Party. He joins virtually. It's great to have you, Doctor. I would like you, I mean, as a member of the opposition, to react to some of the things that have been said. And for you, even though we know that Labour Party was not part of the council elections due to internal disputes as stated, but would you say that process, in lieu of the general elections, gives you confidence that, look, as a party, we're good to go, general elections, we have no reservations? Is this a benchmark for you?
Okay, for me, and I think if you really want to hear it the way it is, we saw a peaceful elections that were marred with the issues of irregularities and disenfranchisement of the people, and of course that is not a good one at all. But I just don't know how the elections ended up peaceful. With all this, it remained peaceful.
So you said you are surprised that the election ended up being a peaceful one. Are you expecting chaos?
Of course, definitely in an election, if anyone is disenfranchised, definitely you will see rank.
We seem to have lost connection with Dr. Johnson. Once we have him back, we'll definitely bring him on. But let's go back to our Abuja studio, where we have our guest there on standby. Thank you for staying with me, Mr. Abuh. Now, maybe you want to react to some of the things Doctor has said, but I want to also, you know, put it to you. Looking at this election that we just saw, and previous elections, particularly the general elections that happened just, you know, a few years back, are there takeaways for you?
So you see, our electoral process is a work in progress. Are we improving on what we have currently? Yes, we are. Okay, and we don't expect it to be 100% because, I mean, elections are never 100% anywhere. I think what is more important is how the processes can be improved upon so that we can have, you know, more credible elections as we go forward in our electoral cycle, year in, year out. So for me, I feel that, and of course, the president just signed in the new Electoral Act. All that is to see how we can, put together a process, that can be more credible before the eyes of the Nigerian people who are the voters. So is the body that is responsible for elections making efforts to see how these processes can, be flawless to a very large extent? I think they are. For every place that there are still lapses, of course, it will always be brought forward, So the elections that held in the FCT on Saturday was, a lot of people don't vote. So I overheard your guests saying that there was disenfranchisement. I don't know what he means by that. If there is anything I know is that there are a lot of people in the FCT whose voters card is not domiciled in the FCT, okay? So we have so many people that go back to their villages or to their states to vote when it comes to general election or gubernatorial elections. So that, again, could have, contributed to the low turnout of voters, in the last election, in the Saturday election. So for me, I just feel that it's a work in progress. Have we gotten it right? Certainly not. And we will still continue to, put INEC on their toes so that we can get to the point where, voting processes can be seamless and be done in such a way that people don't get reluctant going to stand under the sun to vote, so that at least you can, let's get to the point where you can sit in the comfort of your house to vote for the candidate of your choice. I think that should be what we all as citizens should be, pushing for the INEC to do.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's see if we can connect back with Dr. Johnson. Dr. Johnson, are you back?
Hear me. Okay,
we lost you for a moment. I would like to, of course, you to speak on the role of the opposition. You're a member of the Labour Party. In lieu of 2027 general elections, there's a lot of anticipation. But there are also concerns that the opposition is weak. Some would even say the opposition seems to be in shambles. Is that the case?
Well, I can only speak based on the issues of the Labour Party at the moment. You can see that the governor of Abia State, in connivance with Peter Obi, the former presidential aspirant of Abia, and then Adi Usman, trying to capture the Labour Party, trying to work with the ruling party. So practically, it is clear. We have seen it.
We seem to be having a bit of connection issues with Dr. Johnson. I would, of course, let's go back to Abuja studio. I'm going to ask you, Mr. Abuh, a very direct question before we wrap up tonight. You are a member of the APC. The APC is the ruling party in the country at the moment, in many states and at the federal level. So far, do you think your party has done well for Nigerians?
Yes, so for the things that we have promised, we have been able to at least do a bit of it. Now, the president, who is the leader of our party and the president of the country, at different fora have said that he understands that there are issues. These issues are being worked on, okay? So I cannot sit down here and tell you that there are still not issues that is bedeviling the country, that the government is dealing with, okay? So we acknowledge the fact that there are issues and these issues are being tackled. Are they being tackled in the manner that the Nigerian people expect it to be? Unfortunately, until you are in government, you will never understand the difficulties of navigating, the government system and processes. So at least we know how difficult it is, to deliver on policies and the things that the Nigerian people always expect from the government. But I know that this government is at a point where they will get it right so long as they continue on this trajectory and they can...
So you feel so far the policies, the strategies put in place by your party, which is the current administration, is headed in the right direction?
Absolutely, it is.
But Nigerians are complaining about the cost of living. What is it doing about it?
Say again?
The cost of living.
Now,
it's almost out of the reach of many Nigerians.
As we all know, right, Tapo, the fact remains that the cost of living is going down.
Is it?
Okay. Yes, it is. And I will tell you, there are indices to these things. And I will tell you.
We are not talking of indices. We are talking about the streets.
2 years ago, or a year back, rice was selling for over 100,000. Right now, a bag of rice, 50 kg sells for about 50,000, around that region. Okay. So, whether we like it or not, the fact remains that the policies was always going to be very difficult and harsh on Nigerians. And as it stands today, it is beginning to yield results. Is it yielding the expected results, or how much the percentage of results that we expect? That is another kettle of fish. But the fact remains that if we continue on this trajectory and these policies that must happen anyways, regardless of the party, regardless of whether it is APC or the current president, these policies are policies that must take shape. Okay, we can now start debating on how these policies should work. The things that should be done. Okay,
this particular conversation can expand for as long as possible. We really need to wind down. So I'll just ask you one question, and I just want a straight answer. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you had to rate your party's performance so far, what would you give your party? 10 being the highest.
I'll give it a 6.
6?
Yes.
Confidently?
Yes.
In what areas? Just mention the sectors.
In security, in education, in health.
All right. Thank you so much. I believe that would be all this evening. Many thanks to you for your time on the program. Mr. Abuh, of course, it's been a pleasure having you. Andrew Abuh is the chairman of the Progressives Forum and a member of the APC. Thank you once again for your time.